With autumn 1954 approaching, and after the absolutely disastrous fall of the Allied operations in Sweden, the remnants of Allied troops are scattered around Gotland and Öland, with the Swedish government in exile having set up in Gotland under the protection of the remnants of the Allied fleet that can no longer actually leave the Baltic. The threat of invasions has been greatly diminished, which means except for leaving some troops behind to hold ports in case of desperate Allied invasions from the remaining islands, I have brought most of the troops, including the troops out of Sweden, and I still have some railway guns around here as well. I have brought them back to Germany, to the main front line. The next strategic assault is going to happen both towards Amsterdam to liberate Dortmund, Köln, Frankfurt, and the Dutch-occupied territories. The mountaineers, at least some of them, are remaining in Norway to fend off Allied invasions from the British Isles, but the rest of the special troops has made it into north of Karlsbad, and are going to help with the operation of clearing out troops in the mountainous areas here, and then push south towards Munich, Regensburg. The one resource that we're short of is aluminium. So liberating the Bavarian aluminium works and getting whatever we can out of the Dutch territories is going to be helpful as well. Plus, there's some oil here which we can liberate for Germany. We have sent all kinds of material support to Germany at this point. So the tanks are ready. The heavy river crossing units are going to lead the charge, and the rest of the infantry of the First Army is going to follow up. We'll just have to check the supply situation. We can get supply out of Hanover relatively easily, so we should be cleared. And I think the next supply hub is probably going to be Dortmund, so we should push towards Dortmund, deprive the and take over, or Münster. Münster would work as well. So we can probably cut through here, push towards Münster, retake Münster, and then move on to destroy towards Groningen and eventually Amsterdam. And that's in the Low Countries where the heavy river crossing divisions are going to be very useful. Air Force needs some reconstituting, and we don't really have an airbase. By the way, excuse me for the loud fans today. It is extremely hot here. So Australian summer, that happens. So First Army and Third Army are going to lead the charge both into southern Germany and towards Amsterdam. I am constructing an airbase in Thüringen, and once the Air Force has been reconstituted, then we will assist here. But we don't have to wait for that. We'll have to wait for winter eventually. We are going to begin the river crossing with the heavy assault units here, and that's a decent amount of French divisions that are positioned there, plus some Turkish tank divisions. So it might actually be simpler to move through Kassel. Kassel is not a supply line though, but that would allow us to then potentially encircle the French divisions. We'll have a shot at pushing the French here in the north though. Let's see how that's going to go. And then the plan would be to cut north towards Münster, encircle the French divisions there and wipe them out. I don't think the French are still capable of replenishing their troops. Their war support's too low. Oh no, they have some available manpower, and they are at service by requirement. I'm not sure if that's just because we haven't really there hasn't really been any fighting with the French troops who have been reconstituting some, but let's do something about it. So we'll send the heavy assault units in towards against the French here, and then we will send the once they have begun the assault, And yeah, 90 combat width, perfect. And look at the damage that these French divisions are going to take. And they have no chance of penetrating the tanks in return. So once they have already breached. So the regular armored divisions are going to follow up and push north and take Münster, and then encircle the remaining divisions, while the regular infantry is going to follow in. And there come the regular tanks, and they should not have any problems taking down the exhausted defenders here. That's a bit of a surprise for them. There's a fair amount of Allied divisions here, plus a railway gun. We should have a railway gun in position of our own, but that is going to be that. And yes, the tanks are going to be advancing rapidly. I'm just going to leave single tank divisions behind to ensure that we are not getting cut off, and wait for the infantry to catch up. 3 tank divisions should be sufficient to push towards Münster here. And in fact, we may have to... if Germany was going to join, that would be lovely, but it looks like Germany is not joining from the other side. So once the infantry has caught up, then we will send additional armored divisions in. And I do have some assault divisions, but yeah, Germany, you want to join the fight here? That would be nice. Oh, we don't really have the combat width to easily break through here. That's more of the problem, really. But we'll get through that eventually. We do have some... we could have sent some troops through the north, but there's not an awful lot of supply in the north. So now that we've cut off these divisions there, we should be able to destroy them without too much trouble. And I think the Allied lines are wide open here, to be honest. So we might be able to just forge ahead and take Dortmund. Let's see if that's something we can do just now, because the infantry here doesn't really have anything else to do anyway. And just take down the Allied divisions here. The Germans should have a large amount of divisions of them by themselves at this point. I still have a couple of First Army divisions here that I can send through and see if we can make another encirclement happen here. But I do not have any tanks, so I'm gonna have to wait. And it looks like I will have to. Let's use these 3 tank divisions. Try that again. See if we can break the French defenders here. They're relatively well dug in, honestly. But I am surprised that we are struggling so much. I'm not sure who it is that is causing us grief here. I think it's this French division here that is causing us some problems, but we have them pretty much sorted out, and we are pushing ahead towards Dortmund just to take that position. Oh, they've reinforced here. That's okay. There's a tank division that has rushed in, but I think the tanks are about to... Yes, we have taken the position, which means we can now clean up the remaining defenders here, while the Germans are holding the line, and we are already pushing towards Dortmund. Let's just make sure we are getting the... Yes, we're capturing the railways. Once we have Münster under our control, then supply here should no longer be an issue. And one of the river crossing tank divisions is actually holding Dortmund at this point. So let's reorganize the offensive orders, because I think with our momentum going here, we are going to push through the Netherlands. Okay, so while we are waiting for that to happen, we can launch the second assault here from the mountain divisions. I should have 3 mountain divisions ready here. We will try to push through the weaker positions here in the hills and see if we can manage an encirclement over at Karlsbad. I might actually get some reinforcements from the first here. I've got a couple of divisions from the first that are currently not engaged. So let's get these. Actually, these are first. Yeah. So these divisions, we can. This is, what's the terrain here? This is hilly, so it's not ideal tank terrain. This, however, is a plains, but a somewhat fortified. That is extremely fortified, so we should not push through that. But yeah, we might need some German assistance here, to be honest, to break these mountain positions. I might hold off on that for now. Just focus on the first army and clearing out the Allied positions near Münster. And then we can bring the railway guns further forward once we have the lines under control. I think there should be another one that I've moved there. I've got a couple of First Army divisions. Why are the Germans not holding this territory here at all? This is a little concerning. Germany, what are you doing? Okay, we'll deal with it if it comes to that. I'll not leave. I'll not bring these divisions. I think we were supposed to hold the river line here. I'm not sure what happened there. Germany, you should have enough divisions to hold those front lines. Not planning to help you with that. Okay, I'll move some of the remnants of the 7th. The 7th has mostly been deconstructed. I'll move some of the remnants of the 7th here. I have no idea what the Germans are thinking. But honestly, it's really your problem, unfortunately, until it becomes mine. Let's get a couple of the 7th here and just recapture the river line. Might have to deal with that a little. I think what happened is I clicked on I made a whole front line across the whole line here, but that's okay. Okay, let's I cleaned it all up, so let's get that sorted. And while we are destroying the remnants of these encircled divisions here. We are holding Dortmund, and we can just expand the front here a bit because there's nobody there. So let's take some territory. It could be that Germany is pulling troops off the lines here because we have taken some new territory, and that is messing up their front lines. Okay, they have been overrun, which means get me my tank divisions back. At least the ones, there should be 4 tank divisions here. One, not you. That's regular tank divisions. Yeah, 4 tank divisions. And we are going to... how's the supply looking in Dortmund? Okay, we're going to need to take this position here to create supply in Dortmund. Unless we get it through the south, maybe, I'm not sure. But I think we are going to need to restore the supply situation here. So let's make the next push out of Dortmund going north. I'm going to give you a separate front line if I can. I can't apparently. I would like a... Okay, hang on. Let's get rid of that. Got a little confused here. So I want the armored divisions to have their separate front line in Dortmund. You are supposed to be pushing north towards Groningen, and the rest of the first army troops in this area that is not armored is going to hold the front line to hold the southern flank, and maybe including okay, it gets really weird here. Maybe including the north. Okay, this is not gonna work. Let's adjust this first. I think I'm gonna have to do this the other way around. Okay, hang on a second. I'll organize the front lines. You don't have to watch me struggle with that. I'll organize the front lines and then I'll be back. Okay, I think we are now organized, so let's get the divisions in place. We do need to wait until the supply lines are connected in Dortmund. That is going to take, unfortunately, just one more day. And then we should be clear to conduct operations here. I think I had some yes, I moved some divisions over. The Germans are running very small counterattacks, which are costing them a lot of equipment, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I've got some divisions coming over to push back against these tanks here, while Germany is leaving the front lines open. Supply. Dortmund is not yet connected. Oh, that's because these railway lines aren't connected. Okay. So we do need to push the French out of here. Let's make that happen. Just so we can connect our supply lines and continue the assault here, because without supply that's not going to happen. So let's make that happen. How's my airport construction coming along? Still not quite there yet. So far the Air Force is mostly still in the north and is mostly grounded. Just also to replenish the wings, because the wings have taken some damage. So you can exercise, but let's get the supply situation sorted, and then we can continue the push. Okay, we've taken the line here, and we are about to clear out the airport here, which is going to reduce the effectiveness as well. And at that point, this line here, 2 more days, and that line here should get connected. We have the supply hub in Münster, so I'll get my tank divisions concentrated for the push in the north, just around Dortmund, please. Yeah, there's and then they do need to recover some of their their organizations. But I think we've almost got them all ready, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 armored divisions ready for a push into the north, and then we won't stop until we'll probably push for Groningen first, and I think we are good to go. Let's push towards Groningen and just run behind the Allied lines. We do have to leave the occasional tank division behind just to hold the line here while the rest is moving on. So that should not, until the Germans are backfilling. If the German infantry is quick enough, then that should not be a problem. Again, we have no combat width here, and we are not contesting the air, which is unfortunate. But we just don't have the the fighters. That's also another air zone. Actually, we might be able to just pull some aircraft down. Let me do that on the quick. We've got 4 air wings here that are in relatively good shape, and we do have a decent-sized airport here now. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more, and the close air support wing. Get them south as well. Okay. Tanks are pushing, and Germans are there, and we are again, they have no the Turkish defenders have no way of dealing with the tanks. We are getting a naval invasion, and yes, I have sorted out my audio situation. We are getting a naval invasion. We'll deal with that in a minute, if anything happens there. And we do have some tanks here for a potential push towards Prague. That against these fortifications we can bring something in, but we'll concentrate on the Low Countries for now. Tanks moving north. Germans are backfilling, so I don't really need to worry too much about it just yet. We are fighting some Turkish armor here, but they've already been defeated, so they don't really stand much of a chance. And then we can clean up the Allied forces here and liberate the Low Countries. Germans are backfilling rapidly, which is good. So we can already divert some of the tanks, actually, and threaten the enemy positions here while these tank divisions are moving in. And then once they are in position, then we will destroy this Allied encirclement here. So this is going reasonably well with the additional divisions we have in place. Has anybody landed? Yes, they have. That's why I have the mountain divisions here. So I'll just clear that out, please. They can deal with that, and I have aircraft ready to support air operations over the Benelux region, which is where we're fighting now. So let's see how that's gonna go. And we have aerial superiority over the Netherlands. Okay, and we will start the operation cleanup by getting everybody to join the assault here, and then clear that out. That should be a fair amount of losses. We can rechange the front lines such that we'll focus on taking the rest of the Low Countries. I know we could potentially push forward, but I do want to clean up the positions here first. And make sure that we don't leave large amounts of Allied divisions behind that could cause us any kind of trouble. And Germany can deal with holding the lines here. We have a potential for an encirclement around Kassel as well. So maybe, given that we have some troops here, we'll just make use of that situation and see if we can push southwards towards. If we can push south here while we're not busy with anything else, towards, actually these three divisions can just push straight through, and see if we can get these troops here encircled as well with some railway gun support. We do have to bring the railway guns in. Where were my railway guns? They're always lagging a little bit behind, but once we have the trains under control, then this is not a big problem. So yeah, everyone here is working on the cleanup, and that should be another large amount of Allied divisions cut off, encircled, and destroyed. And yeah, I do have to be a little careful that Germany isn't playing fast and loose with their with their front lines, like here, for example. So let's make a quick push here and see if we can. Retake this position. Actually, from here, this is across the river, so it's less than ideal. Just support the push. Let's push them back across the river. I think these are German. These are German assaults that are not working here. As long as they're holding, that's all good. And north is happening. How's the air situation over the Netherlands? We do need a couple more planes, I believe. So we do have another airport, so we can bring, how many more do we have? 5 fighter wings. We can bring another 5 fighter wings, this will do, and assist with the Benelux region. I think we are extremely low on, we also have to be careful with fuel. We are extremely low on aluminium. Yes, aluminium is a continuing problem. So once we have this wiped out here, then we will concentrate the armored divisions to push, and we've overrun it. We can actually we can just use the armored divisions by hand like this. Let's push them back towards the river line. I don't think they have anything left here. Just clear that out while the rest is busy, and we will keep an eye on the push in the south here and see if that's gonna be successful. We are pushing back the Allied divisions across the river here in Poland, while significantly extending our reach in Low Countries. And yes, we are running out of fuel. Norwegian situation has sorted itself out without too much problems. And how is this gonna look? Let's extend it a little bit. What can we research? And we've got free military factories. I would like to build. We're a bit short on modern tanks, so I might extend the. Let's put it to 20 for now. I might extend the tank factories. We are also running a bit short on steel, but I think steel is something we can ask Germany for. Yes, Germany has steel, so please send me steel. We are already trading for all the possible aluminium that Germany has to offer. But, okay, hold off on this assault. We will give you a temporary front line here. 3 divisions. Hold off on this assault until we have more divisions ready. Tanks are clearing out the lines around Groningen. And we will destroy a couple more Allied divisions. How well is this defended? It is relatively well defended, but let's destroy these, and then we'll keep advancing with the armored divisions towards Amsterdam. We'll see if we need river crossings. Okay, assault has started. Just here, please. Okay, and you assault here, and then north. You assault here, and then north as well, and clear that out. Germany can deal with holding the positions. Okay, tanks have destroyed Allied positions in the north. Can we just push towards Amsterdam and just capitulate the Netherlands? Let's see if that's something we're going to be capable of. At the same time, we'll already launch assaults. We'll already launch the assaults further away. There is some form of counterattack, but we have green air over the Netherlands. We are contesting, inflicting heavy casualties on enemy fighters, although we are now facing the prime units of the Allied forces. Let's take Amsterdam and see if that will force the Dutch to capitulate. How's the operation looking in the south here? I think we're almost through, and we've restored order here across the river line, so that's good. Yeah, the defenders are being pushed back. We've got the river crossing units ready here, so I think we'll see if the Netherlands are going to capitulate from this once we take Amsterdam. How far are they? We are running out of fuel again, so we do have to take a break. Actually, the Netherlands are not that easy to capitulate, I think. Surprisingly, but we'll see. They might just move their capital to the colonies. That's okay. That deprives the Allies of significant ports as well, from which they can operate. And we are on the move in the south here. Amsterdam has fallen, which means they have moved their capital to Breda. We do have. I do have to stop and another naval invasion. Where? Benelux region. Yeah, we might have to divert. Where exactly? Here somewhere. We might have to divert. Oh no, actually, there's another one in Norway. Yep, that's fine. My mountaineers will be ready to deal with you momentarily. Okay, but we do have to stop the armored divisions for a bit until we have recovered enough fuel. Let's push towards The Hague. Just take that out, and we have managed to encircle the Allied divisions here. So the infantry is on the march. Despite the symbols, most of this is infantry, except for these guys. That's actually one of my river crossing units. I'm not sure what you're doing over here. I am going to need you on the other side, but I'll reorganize that in between episodes. You don't have to watch me. You don't have to watch me do that. That's way too many from one line. Let's assist this with a little bit from a different position to extend the front line a little bit. The Germans are helping out with defense, but are not so much helping out with clearing out the situation here. There might be naval invasions near Groningen, so Germany has to take care of that eventually. I am not going to be bothered, but yeah, I'll reorganize the front line such that the special forces are in positions, and I am going to get the Air Force to stop operations for now. They do need to severely reconstitute their air wings because they have started taking losses. That also helps with the overall fuel situation. So everyone from here, please assault this position and then retake Kassel. Why are we struggling so much? We can get a couple more reserves in here. These Polish divisions are extremely dug in. Is this fortified? Is this fortified? No, it's not actually. But they're holding the forest here tenaciously. It's not gonna help them in any way. It's we'll get through them eventually. And because they are completely out, and now Germany is helping as well. Okay, Germany is helping too, and that should be the end of that Polish encirclement, and then the troops can return to their positions at the front lines. I'm already gonna remove that one here. You can still assist with the attack, and then we'll take a quick look at the casualties once that is done. And I think I'm running out of things to research. I think we are pretty much done with research everywhere. That's already researched. There we go. Something to research. Still struggling to get through, or have? Oh no, we've defeated them. That is an assault from a different direction. Okay, so Germany's helping. Everyone is marching in. And Germany is launching counterattacks across the river lines. They can do that if they want to. That is their prerogative, but I'm not going to be part of that. However, we are going to be very much part of clearing out the remaining defenders here and retaking Kassel. So that offensive we've retaken Dortmund, Münster, and we're about to retake Kassel. So that has been a quite successful operation. And once again, divisions have landed in Norway, and we've got the mountaineers ready to clear them out. So not a problem that we need to deal with. And the remaining Allied divisions here are getting destroyed near Kassel, and then everybody else is going to be moving towards the combined front line of the First Army. So an operation for next time is going to be to clear out the Low Countries and then push south to retake the southern German states and make sure that that's all in good hands. We'll just wait until the Kassel operation is done. But all in all, recent Allied losses are severe. Let's look where the big ones are. We've got 30,000 troops here, 100,000 encircled in the Netherlands and destroyed, made combat ineffective, and another 100,000 during the initial operation. And we've still got a couple more happening in Kassel. That's another 100,000 troops destroyed near Kassel, and we're still working on the rest of them. And the last tenacious defenders, I think it's a Greek tank division that is trying to hold on, but it's encircled and they have been overrun, and that's another 30,000 troops rendered combat ineffective. Everybody else can now move on to the First Army front lines, and like I said, I will reorganize the front lines for the next push. Alternatively, we could use the troops that are currently in the region. Yeah, that might actually not be a bad one. We can use the troops that are currently in the region to have the mountaineers lead the push around the fortified area near Pilsen and Karlsbad and retake the mountains here. Although that is, I think, that is Czech territory already, to be honest. That is not actually German territory. So, well, it's claimed by Germany, so we may as well deal with it, just to destroy a couple more Allied troops here. But they are weakened a lot across the front lines here significantly. If we look at the remaining Allied troops here, I think we can at some point launch a more mobile operation. And I think the overall resistance of the Allies in the Western Front has completely collapsed. So the other alternative is that we just keep going here. Instead of pivoting south, we'll just keep going, retake the Low Countries, and push towards the border of France, north of the Maginot. So that would be something we can do as well. I think we've got the divisions here. So maybe we'll just do an all-out assault across the lines here and push towards the French borders as well. And then we do the pivot south. Once Germany holds the border, we do the pivot south and retake Munich. We do need to retake Austria as part of Germany. And then we're already at the Italian border. So getting relatively close to finishing our initial goal. And then France will fall. And once France falls, I'm not sure what will happen to Italy. But we'll find out. And the Allies are taking significant losses. A very quick look at the end of the episode at our naval successes. Sunk an American convoy here, 3 American convoys. Despite the destroyer efforts, these were probably reinforcements. So that's a fair amount of American troops that did not make it across the Atlantic. We are operating at this point a relatively large number of submarines. In fact, we can get 2 of these submarines over here, and you can just repair. One thought that I was having is that we may not have the best naval detection, because our submarines, as we're building them right now, where are they? No, production was right. Our submarines, as we're building them right now, which one are we building? We're building the Kalev A's, I believe. Kalev A's, yes, we're building the Kalev A's. They are attack submarines. They are not. We could build cheaper scouting submarines and send them out for naval detection with radar. That would be another option that we can do. But yeah, well, I would say campaign is rapidly coming to an end. The Allies are completely collapsing in Europe. They still have relatively strong defenders in the Czech areas, and obviously all along the Polish-Soviet front. But the goal is going to be to once France is defeated, Germany is liberated, then I will call the series a success. And obviously I will publish the save, so for anybody who wants to continue playing, they can do that. That's it for me today. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.